Hi, this is Charlie Pittman, and this is 5 Book Finds with Milky. Starting off, we've got something from my teenage years. We've got the Cherub series, Robert Muchamore. I used to get a bus to school in a different county in England. It was like 45 minutes on the bus, so I would read these books every day on the way there, on the way back. And there's like 13 of them. They're spy novels. A bunch of kids who are just exceptionally talented and gifted, and they have to go on these like crazy missions. And it made me think my life was really boring and I wanted to be a spy kid. The next book we're going to look at is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This edition specifically is extremely cool if you want to have a little look. I am a theatre kid at heart. One of the first shows I ever saw in London was The Wizard of Oz and the West End, and it made me want to pursue acting originally. So this book is a very special one. I think I've seen probably 3 or 4 productions of it as a stage show, and it's just an incredible book. Really, really magical. Magic. The next book we're going for is George Orwell's 1984. I would have read this a couple of times, maybe 2-3 times, one of my favorite books. When I first read it, I was like, this is crazy, this is so scary, but obviously this is never going to happen in our lives. And now we look at the lives that we live, and this book is eerily familiar, sadly. But a great book, George Orwell, 1984, Animal Farm, great reads. This one pips Animal Farm for me, just about. A really, really interesting book, and it was definitely ahead of its time, for sure. So my new single, The Comedown, is out now, and I wrote it really about having an existential crisis. I kind of hit a time in my life where I was like, what the hell am I doing with everything? And it's that thing of like not having a set routine. I think a lot of creatives can maybe relate to it. Some days being super busy and some days being super just like, oh my God, I have nothing on today. I'm worthless. Why am I doing all this for? It's kind of like an outlet of like this kind of angst, I guess. And as soon as I wrote it, I felt way better because I was like, oh, this song is really cool. So now I don't have this feeling anymore. So yeah, it's for anyone having sort of any existential dread and feeling really, really small in our tiny little world. The next book I picked out is Hamlet, William Shakespeare. I read a lot of plays growing up, and obviously Shakespeare, one of the greats. I remember in English, I'd always look forward to those classes that had plays so I could read the scripts. And Hamlet is always such an interesting one to me. It's an incredible play. Seeing how Will Shakespeare, like I know him, seeing how William Shakespeare's work is still performed 500 years later just is a testament to how good the writing is. So yeah, Hamlet, big up. The 5th and final book we're going to go for is A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I think we've done a lot of like nostalgic going backs, which is always super nice. I think it's nice to revisit books. This series is so magical. I think I read it first when I was in primary school, but they're definitely books that I've read over and over again, and books that I'll be showing to my kids when that happens in many years' time. So yeah, there we go.